Man, Season 14 is filling up with theories left and right. First the freelancers, and now Sarge's kid? What's gonna be next? But, welcome everyone to this new installment of Red vs. Blue Theories? Great name, just end the video right there.
I like your moves and everything you do. I wanna taste you like your I want to taste you like.
Haha, fooled you maybe, probably not. It's not like I've already done this bit before. You think I'm just gonna let a theory like this go? I don't think so. Now, if you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, then go watch Screw Attack's death battle of Carolina versus the Meta. Two freelancers duking it out in a fight to the death. Now, I'm not gonna spoil the fight, mainly because it has nothing to do with this theory. Rather, the portion of the video we're gonna take a look at is the end. After everything is all said and done between everyone, Sarge busts in angry at a blue, but happy to see a fellow red. This is where things get interesting. After Boomstick and Sarge bond over their love of shotguns, Sarge mentions that he's like the son he never wanted.
You know, you remind me of someone, almost like the son that I never wanted.
With Boomstick responding that he's like the father he never had.
Oh, that's funny. I was about to say you're like the pappy I never had. When I was a kid, he ran out on us to join the army and never came back. Huh. Well, how about that? Time to move along, I guess. Nothing to see here. Doop, doop, doop. Doop, doop, doop.
So just like how Death Battle analyzes their weapons, armor, and skills, I'm gonna look into any way to find out whether or not Sarge would win a death battle. Wait, that was wrong. To find out whether or not Sarge is the father. So let's go through all the information that we know as of now, starting with Boomstick. His name right off the bat is an alternate word for shotgun. That's right, shotguns are also known as boomsticks. He has embraced the shotgun so much that not only do you see him carrying one around with him, but his frickin' right leg is a shotgun as well. I guess if you love something enough, you might as well, right? So, alright, Boomstick has embraced the shotgun life like his supposed father. But you listen closely, viewer, this isn't the first time that he's mentioned his father. With the inclusion of Carolina versus the Meta, he has mentioned his father a minimum of 3 times. I was only capable of finding a total of 3 occasions that his father was mentioned. The RVB death battle is our strongest piece of evidence yet, so we'll place that at number 1. Let's go to our weakest evidence that we have. In Screw Attack's Top 10 Boomsticks episode, Boomstick briefly mentions his parents.
When I was just 4 years old, my 13th and final stepfather taught me the secret of the one-handed reloading of a lever-action shotgun.
That's right, 13 stepfathers, meaning that all the fathers before the 13 left or died. So if Sarge is the biological father, this falls in line as to why he'd keep getting stepfathers. His first father walked out to join the military, and Sarge's lover couldn't quite find a man just like him, ultimately leaving Boomstick to live the life of having stepfather after stepfather. Now let's move on to the second most convincing information about Boomstick's father. Yet another death battle. More specifically, Ivy versus Orchid. In this, Boomstick says that zombie pirates don't make great fathers.
Her only remaining parent is her birth father, the pirate Cervantes, who is a zombie. Sometimes.
Well then, good call on the baby dumpster donation. Zombie pirates don't make good fathers. Believe me, I know.
What?
Let's throw the information that I just said a second ago about the 13 stepfathers and go back to presuming Sarge is the main culprit. Boomstick has shown that he's not exactly the brightest person out there. Though he might seem to know a lot about weaponry, common sense and picking up on subtle hints aren't his strong point. That's what Wiz is for. So, who else do we know like that? Not exactly known for their smarts? Might actually be considered stupid, to say the least. That's right, Caboose. And what exactly has he confused Sarge for? You guessed it, a pirate.
Let's be making him walk the plank. Jolly good day, Mr. Caboose. We'll be having a prisoner for you, we do.
I thought you had a pirate accent.
I'm not very consistent.
Two unintellectual minds, both confusing Sarge for a pirate. But where does the zombie come from? Obviously, zombies are people who have died yet come back to life. Sarge doesn't exactly fall into this category. Not technically before the war. The closest event of him dying and coming back to life is when he was shot in the head, but ultimately revived by his team. People aren't exactly known for surviving bullet wounds to the head, so to an unintellectual mind such as Boomstick, he could easily confuse him for a zombie. That is of course presuming that this is the moment. It's hard to guess when Sarge would have left his life and how Boomstick would even know about Sarge getting shot, but you know, who needs solid evidence nowadays? So now that we've gone through Boomstick and most of the information that we know about him and his father, let's discuss Sarge and what might lead him into being the father. So what do we know about Sarge aside from his love of shotguns? We know that Sarge is a very simple man. Just look at his code words and passwords.
Well, if you're command, then you'd know our secure code word, wouldn't you?
The code word is... Code word?
Oh, better.
You asked me what the password was.
And you knew it.
I guessed it. By the way, the password was password.
It's so obvious, it's impossible to guess.
Diabolical. I said, shotgun.
Yes, I have your shotgun.
No, I mean, shotgun.
What is this? You think I'm gonna give you your shotgun because you asked?
I said, shotgun.
Very straightforward. So if ever to have a kid, the name would be extremely straightforward as well, wouldn't you think? Kid or child is too obvious, so name the kid with love. Instead of the name Shotgun, Boomstick has a bit more pizzazz to it. Leave it to Sarge to name his child after a shotgun. But ultimately, it all comes down to this one question. Aside from who Sarge knocked up, but that question isn't answerable. It all came down to this question. Why are they here? Boomstick described his father as running out on him. But Sarge isn't that kind of man. In Season 8, Chapter 18, this is one of the best speeches throughout the entire series, and definitely one of Sarge's best moments.
Maybe you're all here because this is the only place you fit in. Maybe you're here because you don't have anywhere else to go. Maybe you're all here because deep down, you want to be here. The reason doesn't matter. What matters is that you're here.
There are really only two reasons people go to war: to better their way of life and protect their way of life. Sarge is loyal. Anytime a soldier disobeys a commanding officer, he is noticeably upset by the person. It's against Sarge's nature to just walk out on his family. He seems to be trying to fight a bigger fight, but because of the simulation army, it's been holding him back. He is upset during his speech that they're keeping him as well as everyone else away from their families.
These freelancer guys want to use us, take us away from our families, and send us all over the dadgum galaxy just to test if their agents are ready for the big fight? Well, I guess I'm interested in showing them exactly what a big fight is all about.
When he makes the connection that Boomstick might in fact be his son, he backs out of the room. Why wouldn't he tell him? Well, we've seen it many times. Sometimes people just aren't ready to divulge that kind of information onto someone. It's too much, and not the right time. But as the seasons go on, Sarge will grow even more as a soldier.